Next, we're going to talk about the future vision of your mindset. Where are you really focused, and how is that driving your daily activities? We want to get you to a point where you are setting specific accomplishments. People are too general. If you ask people, what do you want in life? People will say, oh, I want to be in great shape. I want to have a great house. I want to make lots of money. And that's actually what most people say. That's what most people consider success to be. And that is the problem. Power lies in being specific. You need to be very specific about what you want. If you want to make a lot of money, well, good. Then you got to say, I want to make $100,000 a year. That is a goal you can work towards. Making a lot of money isn't. That's an abstract thought. And it's the same with your health. If you want to say, I want to get in great shape, well, that doesn't really mean anything. If you say, I want to lose 25 pounds and I want to have an amazing looking set of six-pack abs, that is a more specific goal that you can work towards, and it's also something you can improve on later if you choose to do so. So what you need to do is decide what you want, when you want it, and why you really want it. Now, when I say when you want it, this is a bit of a gray area. Yes, you want to be specific. You want to say, I want to lose 25 pounds in the next 3 months. But the problem that some people have with that is, if they get to 3 months and they haven't fully accomplished those 25 pounds, maybe it's only been 20, people get depressed. So the when you want it is really just sort of a arbitrary marker you're using as a way to make progress towards it. And if you don't fully reach it, that's fine. That can be adjusted. And so all I want you to realize is that setting a specific time is only a means to move you forward. So decide what you want, when you want it, and really what's driving you to do this. So now we're going to move on to your 3 types of vision. And there's a lot of people focused on the first 2 and not enough people focused on the last one. Too many people are focused on the has-been mindset. They think all of the great things that are going to happen to them has already happened. Winning the Super Bowl touchdown in their high school tournaments and, dating the prom queen and all that stuff. They're focused on what's already happened in their life, not what's going to happen. And a lot of these people, and I don't think you are, because most of those people would not even be looking at something like this. A lot of those people are just wasting away watching TV. They're stuck in a dead-end job. They have no ambitions to move up the chain. They are not very motivated people. And if you are, that's fine. Just accept that that's what your state of mind is in right now. And we're going to move forward talking about how to get it to the next state. The next type of focus is the narrow focus, where people are very focused on what's just happening now. They're not worried about the past, but they're also not worried about the future. And the state you want to get to is the what is to be state, where you're focused on the goals and achievements you want to have in your life. So the has-been, as I already mentioned, is the person always looking back. And unfortunately, these are the kind of people that think their lives are over. And they aren't looking forward. And these people are habitually stuck in a rut. They are very reluctant to accept new ideas and opportunities. They have an extremely hard time committing. And when you can't commit, they get into this habit of, the rare time that they might, muster up the courage or energy to do something, they don't commit, they fail, and that further compounds their habit of failing. And these people are not only, they're not working, but they're actually working against themselves. And they are very uncomfortable with the growth of others. In fact, these people in your lives are probably holding you back big time. You've probably got people in your life who don't want you to get in shape, because when you grow, it gives them a reason to feel like they're being left behind, and that makes them very uncomfortable. These people are toxic to your success. And if you have some of these habits, you got to kill it now. The next kind of focus is the narrow focused, and these people aren't obsessed with going back in time, but they're not really focused on the future either. They're the kind of people that are busy each day, but they aren't really getting anywhere. And it's much better to be in this state than the first one we talked about, but this is not ideal. These are the kind of people, and this is where I would assume you're probably falling into. is that you've got a lot of potential, you've got a lot of energy, but it's been focused on the wrong things. It's been split up amongst too many areas. Your focus is split, and you're not concentrating on what you really need to get done. So what you need is someone to step in and give you the tools and direction to take charge of your life and actually achieve what you want to do. We've got to get you from immediate gratification, the daily gratifications, to a more long-term gratification. And that's not to say you won't have immediate gratification each day, but we need to change the context with which you get that immediate gratification. And that is very possible to do, and that's what we're going to try to work on as we go through these materials that I'll be releasing for you. The last sort of focus, and the kind that you want to be in, is the what is to be focus. And this is someone who's focused on continuous growth. They're in a constant creative state, and they're always changing and modifying and adapting what they're doing. They're excited to be doing what they're doing. They're eager to take on new challenges. They're willing to commit to new challenges, and they are compelled to accomplish. And they aren't really worried about setting and reaching goals. That's a secondary thing. The journey is the enjoyable part for these people. And whenever they accomplish something, it's just a new beginning, not an end. And that is a joyous state to live in. And this is the level we want to get you to, where goals are simply a means to move you forward, not a means to beat yourself up over if you don't get it exactly the way you wanted it the first time you do it. And even then, you're enjoying it because you're doing it a fun way to grow yourself, and that is the state you want to be in. So thinking is a habit. We are habitual creatures. If you've been a past thinker, that's building up momentum. You're going to need some time to improve your habitual thinking. Don't beat yourself up over not being able to switch to a future-oriented, what is to be type person. That's the habit of the past thinkers. They set these over-audacious goals. The rare times that they do, they don't get it, and so they fail. And I want you to gradually pace yourself. So for your exercises for now, if you're a past focused type of person, is to get yourself into just a today state. So instead of worrying about what's happening in the past, worry about what's happening today. So that's the first step for you, is to start focusing on what's happening today. If you're a narrow focus visionary already, and I don't mean that in a negative way, narrow focus also has its benefits. And sometimes you do need to be focused on what's driving you for the day. That's very important. But when your whole focus is strictly on what are you doing today? What are you doing today? What are you doing today? Well, next step for that is moving you to what are you doing today that's leading to your bigger goals. So whenever you're caught up in the busy work, take a few minutes and just step back and go, all right, what are the activities that are going to drive me towards my goal? How is this leading to the what is to be in my life? And when you eventually get into that third and final state of the what is to be oriented, where you're constantly setting new goals, achieving it, and enjoying the journey, then all you need to do is keep on that track and solidify that habit and strengthen your resolve to be like this. So this is Anthony Mack, Get Your Six Pack. We've been talking about the abs mindset today and how to get in shape. I've got a lot more information on my site, www.absformen.com. You can check out my blog. I've also got a full abs course there. And I want you to stay in touch, so feel free to drop a comment, shoot me an email, subscribe to the YouTube channel or any of my other online communication areas like Facebook, and I'll be in touch very soon. Once again, it's Anthony Mack, Get Your Six Pack, www.absformen.com.